Alright, today's the day. We're here at Lancy Racing Engines in Denver, North Carolina. It's a beautiful morning. Got the Dodge all set up on the dyno. So we gotta break it in, and then we'll start making some power pulls. We got everything set up on the dyno last night, and everything's going good up until we had a water manifold leak. So we had to take that off, reseal it, and let it set overnight. But we'll put the intake back on this morning and be ready to make some power pulls. So Mike will be here in just a little bit, and we'll get started. Got everything ready to go on the dyno, and ran into a problem. We got a water leak in the manifold, or the water tray. So just checked it for oil leaks. Actually got good oil pressure after we got the pump primed, but we gotta take the manifold off and the water tray. So gotta take that off and fix that water leak. So it's gonna be tomorrow before we get to dyno anything. So here we're milling the front and the rear walls of the water manifold. This is to help it actually sit down flat on the block, so we don't have to use gaskets on the water ports. We can just use RTV at this point. I ain't gotta hold nothing, do I? What's that? I ain't gotta hold the... No, I didn't see nothing.
The basics. Got a coil wire? So hooked up on both ends?
No distributor wire.
Oh.
Ah, laying down on header.
Aha. That's probably wire.
That's the one we're gonna go with. Didn't do my due diligence. Yeah. Okay. Easy enough.
Probably will fire if everything's right, so don't get one.
So I didn't show all the video of us troubleshooting and diagnosing, but basically we went through the firing order on the distributor, double checked that I had the timing tape on the engine correctly and that we were actually on TDC on number 1, and just going through and crossing our T's and dotting our I's with the whole ignition system. And then once we did that, the engine fired right up, which is good because at this point I was for certain that I had something completely wrong and this thing was never going to run. So we blashed all the valves, got both valve covers off. Everything looks okay, except for we've got, if you look kind of right here, you can see we've got a little bit of a witness mark on the exhaust rockers. Exhaust rockers on the intake rockers are okay. The exhaust rockers actually hitting the valve cover. They're actually hitting the sprayer rail up here. We don't have sprayers in it, so all we're gonna do is chuck these up in the mill real quick and just mill a little spot like that, just to get some clearance there. But so Mike's working on that right now, and I'm gonna go see what he's doing. So stay tuned. So this is our fix. I just put a 15 degree, or just put them in the Bridgeport and put a little 15 degree milling on there. Should clear that contact up right away. So here we go.
Ah! The thing about it is, we run the magnet through there.
Yeah.
Because if it gets a beard, let's see what jumps on the magnet. A little bit of movement, but nothing. I'd say you're in good shape.
Nothing big.
Not big.
Not good.
Flake here and there.
So you'll see us setting timing at a couple points throughout this video, and then also when you're seeing us setting timing, you'll see us revving the engine up a little bit to probably 3,500 RPM. This is because this engine has a belt drive or belt-driven camshaft, so you need to rev it up to actually get the slack out of the belt to get your accurate timing for the ignition. saw us making just some short pulls to probably at 6,500 or 7,000 RPM. We're just checking our fuel, making sure we had enough in the carb. We ended up making a high-speed air bleed change and then rejetting it to just kind of fatten up the whole curve. I think we started at 26 degrees of timing and then we put 28 in it at this point. Header fell apart just because it's a slip fit design and we actually forgot one of the bolts in the back. Why? So scared me and Mike, but actually sounds kind of cool. So we had to put that back together. So we actually dynoed this engine over 3 days. We set it up Friday night and then got to dyno Saturday and Sunday once we got the issues ironed out. We did everything from timing sweeps to cam timing sweeps, jetting changes, high-speed air bleed changes. And we got this thing pretty dialed in. Overall, it likes about 30 degrees of timing. It runs on 93 pump gas. It's 11-to-1 compression, so it does that without issue. Makes 760 horsepower. Broke in nice, very throttle responsive. Overall, I couldn't be happier with this engine. So hopefully this thing has a long life of drag and drive ahead of it. So be looking out for us on your local drag and drive here soon.